is the most disgusting-looking food I have ever...
People usually yell, "Come on, Audrey, pull, pull, pull."
These are available on the perverted QVC network.
Welcome to Talk Soup, the only show on cable with a dress code. That's right, viewers. No shirt, no shoes, no soup. I want to see evening gowns and clip-on ties right now. Hey, I was just home for Thanksgiving and was leafing through some boxes and stuff. Came across a little baby picture with me and my brother. Check out this photo. Take a look. Oh, yeah! Look at my brother. Cool glasses, man. He's got a little... some sort of a lollipop, and look at me, man. I'm totally locked up doing one of those weird baby, like one of those kind of yells. My brother's got the cutoff shirt on, clearly. Oh, look, there he is. There we are today. Clearly, we've both aged well. Look at him. Oh, my God. How sad. Coming up, a weightlifting grandma shows off her varicose veins of steel. We'll meet this year's haggis eating champion. Plus, a woman gets naked. Butt naked. Oh, now that's what I call an opening tease. We'll have less of her later in the show. First up, Eric and Vera used to be so in love. In those carefree days, he'd whisper sweet nothings in her ear, send her flowers, and cry with her at the movies. You know, typical sensitive guy stuff. But sadly, their storybook romance has turned into a tawdry Jackie Collins novel. Now the callous lad is doing the nasty with any woman he can find. Even though Vera has found sex toys and condoms in his car, Eric still denies his dalliances on the Sally Show.
You agreed to take a lie detector test. Why would you do that? Do you really believe you're not cheating?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you want things to work out for the two of you?
Sometimes I really don't know. I mean... No, because... No, I'm serious. She'll tell her parents, the neighbors across the street, down the block, everything. She tells them everything. And everybody thinks, just like she's got all you people convinced that I'm the bad person here. No.
All right, go ahead.
And she, but you don't know the whole, you don't know the whole story behind it.
Vera, there's no need for you to sit there and cry. For you to find condoms, hair ribbons, there's no need for a lie detector test. If it's not yours, you don't need it. It doesn't matter. You, from Thursday to Sunday, sweetheart, you wouldn't come back in Sunday. Sunday, you be out.
Please don't eat the daisies. Eric did admit that he's cheated on Vera, but only once. And now, the results of the lie detector test.
He admitted to me that in addition to that, he'd had 2 others. So there's a total of 3 at this point. The polygraph test, however, did not bear that out. It appears that there were more than 3.
In fine talk show tradition, Vera decided to give Eric one more chance. Eric, on the other hand, is willing to give anyone a chance. He's taking on all comers. Yeah. Thursday, Sally hears from people who sought revenge only to see their acts of vengeance backfire. Guests include a man who poured transmission fluid on his ex-girlfriend's clothes. Now Mr. Goodwrench wants to be forgiven. As if. Deborah was randomly attacked 11 months ago while sleeping in her home. The assailant stabbed her 39 times, tortured her for 3 hours, and took $80 in cash before leaving her for dead. Luckily, her 2 children were not in the house at the time of the attack. In this Lisa highlight, Deborah will describe the details of that terrifying encounter.
I felt a sting, like a bite. It just felt like a sting. And I put my hand down and all this blood, plus the blood pouring from my nose, because it had been broken. And my first response was, "You stabbed me. What are you doing?" And he said, "You have to die."
And were you asking why?
Yes, what do you mean? What are you talking about? I have to die. Just shut up. You have to die. And as he beat me and punched me, and at one point he had me on the floor just kicking my face, the side of my face, with his foot, and then punching the face, breaking the orbit bone, and Then he just continuously started pounding and stabbing the knife into my head, my eyes, both eyes.
The knife, by the way, audience, is a knife like this one, is that right?
Correct. It was one of my steak knives.
There's a portion of this knife that is still in your head, is that right?
Yes, he stabbed me on this side, if you can. And when I flex my jaw.
And that's actually the tip of the knife blade.
Yes.
Deborah suffered major nerve damage. She's been paralyzed above the eye and has 7 more corrective surgeries to endure. Her attacker is currently in prison serving a 40-year sentence. Thursday on Lisa, meet the owners of out-of-control pets. These terrified guests say their animals have taken over their homes when Fido turns ferocious Thursday. I like my sound effect better. Nothing says love quite like the rotting remains of your children's umbilical cords. Just ask Eric Estrada. The chip star cherishes the belly button fragments of his 2 kids so much, he carries them around in gold lockets. Heartwarming or stomach-turning? I think I'll let you and Conan O'Brien be the judge.
I took mine and I put it in 2 little gold lockets.
Okay.
And because, wait a minute. The piece of my kid.
Yeah.
Both my kids.
All right.
So I took it and I want to show it to them when they become
Okay,
parents.
let's hand it to me and I'll show it to the right camera. These are available on the perverted QVC network.
Wait a minute.
What?
This is Brandon Michael Paul.
Okay,
And
all
this
right.
is Anthony Eric.
Okay, this
They're
is
the little
great.
belly button.
See? Right there, and then
Okay,
right
now,
there.
Okay, now wait a minute.
Huh?
Wait a minute. Wait a
All
minute. Those of you that think that's all right, can you applaud? Okay. And those of you that don't, can you applaud? Okay, now wait a minute.
Now, why don't you ask those who don't?
Well,
If you had stopped at those who do, most people at home would have said, like, oh, yeah, he's got a lot of people behind him. And then you went too far and said those who don't, and they heard 600,000 people cheering all at once.
No, but that's all right. Those that dug it, thank you. Those that didn't, I got this for you.
Huh?
Yeah, that's it, Eric. Take the high road. You know, he also keeps Larry Wilcox's old dandruff flakes in a jar. He is so sentimental. Oh, yeah. Thursday on Late Night, Conan welcomes the one, the only, Elton John. The Rocket Man was the subject of a recent HBO documentary, Tantrums and Tiaras. Don't move a muscle. We got more salacious talk show highlights on the way. Tantrums and Tiaras. Sounds flattering. Coming up, a man scarfs down sheep organs like they were McNuggets. Plus, a Loveline guest recalls his first same-sex romp at summer camp. But first, she's nude, lewd, with plenty of tude. Meet the amazing naked woman next.
Yes.
Check theater listings for details. Pre-Broadway Boston engagement begins October 28th.
John Henson is a name talk, soup is a game. He's a host with the most, and the show is brought on fame. Whether it's a quote or a clip, he does it with perfection, and the caliber of his jokes takes it to a whole new dimension. Not one single person could fill his shoes, and when there's a guest host on, it gives me the blues. This is Jason Golan-Biesky from South Rockwood, Michigan. Yeah.
Yeah. I think he's missing a rhyme there at the end. He's from Michigan. Yeah, he's from Michigan, man. It's cold there. You know, you can't come up with rhymes in the cold. Jerry Springer might consider instituting a cover charge and a 2-drink minimum, especially if he's going to keep booking guests like Adara Michaels. She's a lovely lass who doesn't like to wear clothes. In fact, she walks around nude wherever she goes. Shopping, driving around town, to the church potluck. This gal likes to let it all hang out. And that's just what she did on The Springer Show. Let's watch.
Please welcome Adara.
Yes.
Jerry?
Well, it just doesn't matter what I ask, you know. I'm pretty irrelevant to the show. What are you doing?
What? Being me.
This is how you normally walk around.
As much as I can, yeah. I like to be naked. It's...
Oh, hey, that reminds me, I gotta get my floor retiled. Okay, Thursday, Jerry speaks with women who were dumped while pregnant. They'll describe the pain of being knocked up and put down all at the same time. Laura is only 15 years old and is already legally married. What's even more shocking is that her husband is a 29-year-old man. They began dating when she was only 13. Oh, but wait, there's more. They already have 2 children together. Yeah, naturally, Laura's mother is against the May-December relationship. Let's see how Montel Williams feels about it.
Don't you think that maybe your mother and society is a little bit more upset about the fact that you were 13 years old and a 27-year-old man was having sex with you?
Well, I lied to him about my age.
He found out how old you were.
After I was pregnant.
You could lie all you want, and there is no way that an adult man would not know that a 13-year-old girl was under the age of 18. I saw pictures of you when you were 13. You look all of 13.
Well, no one around my trailer park thought I was 13.
Okay, well, but so just because they didn't think, that doesn't necessarily make it right.
No, it's not right, but he wasn't going to leave me after I got pregnant.
I think the key line of that clip was, nobody at the trailer park thought I was 13. Thursday on Montel, 3 young girls share their stories of heroin addiction. After the show, they'll undergo a revolutionary detox procedure to help them kick the habit. To me, the sight of a pregnant woman is a beautiful thing. But apparently, a gal with a bun in the oven is offensive to the delicate taste of the hoi polloi. That's why the new book, Pregnant Goddesshood, is having a hard time getting publicity. As this highlight reveals from The View, many people are still spooked by impending motherhood. To discuss this prenatal puzzle, here's Meredith, Star, Joy, and Debbie Snuffleupagus.
30 years ago, you couldn't even say the word pregnant on TV. I didn't realize this. Now you can say it, you can show it, you can even flaunt it, as Demi Moore did on the cover of Vanity Fair a few years ago when she had her first baby, pregnant with her first baby. Well, now there's a book out by a well-known photographer, Mary Ann Halpin. Let me show you. It's called Pregnant Goddesshood. And what she has done, essentially, is she's taken 65 women, all of them pregnant, and taken beautiful pictures of them, and then they comment about pregnancy, very personal, intimate stories. What do you think? You know, a lot of people say this is indecent. Some of the book companies don't want to carry it. Bookstores don't want to carry it.
Is that her tummy we're looking at? Yes, with a smiley face on it. How can someone think that a pregnant woman looks offensive? Look how beautiful that is. Yeah. I think it's more offensive to see a man with a gut hanging out on the beach than it is to see that.
Yeah. I mean, it's interesting that some shows don't want to show this on television, but they have no problem showing bloody massacres or violence or shoot-em-ups, you know, or whatever that is, and that's one of the most gorgeous things I've ever seen.
I love pregnant women. Of course, only a few of us are up to the task.
And also, if you can still have sex when a woman's pregnant, that means you're pretty well endowed. All right? There you go.
But
Lord. Thursday on The View, the gals make some room on the couch for fitness guru Richard Simmons. Shove over, ladies. The personable scamp will perspire to old songs and pitch his deal a meal program. Still, tantrums and tiaras. Still to come on the wonderful world of dysfunction, this year's haggis eating champion will defend his title. Watch him square off with another fan of sheep innards. And straight ahead, she can bench press twice her weight and her age or something that's funny, and I'm not going to go back and fix it. Meet the weightlifting granny next.
It's caught the...
Until there's a cure, there's talk soup. Time now to meet an extraordinary 73-year-old woman named Audrey Noby. What makes her so sensational? This 3-time great-grandmother is an 8-time powerlifting champion. She started pumping iron after a divorce 6 years ago. Now she can perform the clean and jerk like a granny half her age. Here she is now, showing off her prize-winning form to Arthel Neville and that girly man, Fred Rogan.
Now, we're going to find out if you can actually do what you say you can do. Are you going to give us a little example?
I sure will. Now, I'll tell you, when I'm in a meet, people usually yell, "Come on, Audrey, pull, pull, pull." So you guys can help me out.
Okay.
Okay.
So this is your powder for your hand?
My powder for my hand.
Oh, is this resin?
It's chalk.
Chalk, okay.
Yeah.
Get chalked up here.
I'll take that for you.
All right.
I want to put some chalk on my hands, too, just so I feel like I'm doing something.
Yeah, you really should.
Here, have some chalk.
It's very critical, yeah. I'm just going to powder myself with it. I have a little chafing today, and I think this will... Okay.
You know, if this catches on, I smell an ESPN3. The tray. Thursday, Arthel and Fred will interview another in a series of celebrity guests. They'll talk about some stuff, goof around a little, and then Fred will do some shadow puppets. Another sparkling hour of entertainment Thursday. Michael loves to combine the great outdoors with great sex. But apparently this Loveline caller worries he's doing something weird. Luckily for him, weird stuff is Dr. Drew and Adam Carolla's specialty. Joining them for the hijinks will be Baywatch babe Tracy Bingham.
All right, so you want to get with guys and you want to get with them in public.
Well, yeah, I have. I just want to make sure that it's not something that I might be in an asylum soon.
No, it's fine.
All right. Michael, how old were you when you had your first sexual experience?
12.
And what was that like?
That was great.
Was it with a man?
Yeah, it was pretty...
Was it with a male or female?
Pretty simple.
Male or female?
Male.
Was it an older male, younger male? Same age?
They were the same age as me.
And was there any...
We were at camp.
Was it out of doors?
Never let your kids go to camp, Drew.
Was it...
I'm thinking of going to camp just so I can get some.
Was it an outdoor experience? Was that...
Yeah, actually it was.
Oh, Drew, do you see why he gets the big bucks? You see what he's getting into here? Go, Drew.
Well, it's just that you've coupled your sexuality with that experience. I mean, that's sort of what you know to be erotic now, and that's sort of continued into your adult life.
No, of course, there's nothing weird about having anal sex at the age of 12 during summer camp out in the woods. It's perfectly normal behavior. Kids love that sort of thing. Thursday on Loveline, would you believe they're going to talk about sex? Well, it's true. Adam and Dr. Drew will continue to dispense one-liners and sound medical advice in equal doses. Coming up after the break, it's our soup of the day. In just a moment, all the sheep organs you can eat.
Notice the body English on the fork. With Sean going with the old tried and true. Let's see. Coming down to, is this exciting television or what?
Happening on E.
We're back with our soup of the day. Would you like some fresh ground pepper on that? Well, get it yourself. Up next, Jay Leno meets Barry Noble, the world champion haggis eater. He earned that title by eating 1.5 pounds of sheep organs in 1 minute, 24 seconds flat. Half as long as it took to puke it all up. In this highlight, Barry tells Jay all about that Scottish delicacy.
Now tell us exactly what is haggis. We have some here. This is the most disgusting looking food I have ever... Now what is it exactly?
Well, you've got some hearts.
You've got hearts?
Hearts, some lung and some kidneys.
Hearts, lungs, and kidneys.
Uh-huh, and some oatmeal.
From what animal?
Sheep.
Oh, it's only sheep.
Oh, yes, sheep.
Barry's only competition is his nephew, Sean Noble. Up next, the relatives battle it out.
It's coming down to the wire now. Looks like no record will be broken here tonight. But each man... Oh, look, Noble picking up speed. Going with a wrist slash with a twist. Notice the little body English. Notice the body English on the fork. With Sean going with the old tried and true. Let's see. Coming down to... Is this exciting television or what? Remember, this is the only thing... This is the only thing on NBC right now, ladies and gentlemen. Look at these two men. Uh-oh, it looks good. My God.
Congratulations. Thursday on The Tonight Show, Pierce Brosnan will be the guest. He'll be launching the promotional juggernaut for the latest James Bond flick, Tomorrow Never Dies. Tomorrow on Talk Soup, a proposal for disaster.
I care for you. I know you feel the same. Jenny, will you marry me?
Don't make the Hulk angry. That about puts the lid on this kettle of Talk Soup. I'm John Henson, reminding you that cable theft is a crime, so quit getting the installer high. You won't get any free channels, but you can make money selling your